Someone who has lived both and led through transformative change. Miss Lakshmi Athreya brings a wealth of experience from senior roles in top companies.
And from there on, the whole new journey started. Moved on to various startups.
Not just seen the evolution of tech leadership, but helped shape it.
And then later had the chance of developing frameworks at Apple.
Very well said. I think it's the base of any connection that's built with anyone, right? Ma'am, one of the things that truly stands out in your journey is your role at Topcoder.
Form a community, a shared interest, magic happens, right?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Tanayol, and today's conversation brings together two things I personally enjoy: clarity in leadership and precision in execution. Our guest today is someone who has lived both and led through transformative change. Miss Lakshmi Athreya brings a wealth of experience from senior roles in top companies like Apple and McAfee. Today, she serves as a consulting partner, Agile practice at Effilor, where she draws on her cross industry leadership to coach organizations through agile transformations. As AI reshapes business landscapes, she plays a pivotal role in helping enterprises navigate these evolving challenges with clarity and confidence. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, Tanay. This is a wonderful opportunity to share experiences. Look forward to it.
Ma'am, you know what stands out about your journey isn't just the big names or global scale, it's how deeply intentional it's been. From designing testing frameworks to mentoring teams and driving customer centric transformation, every phase has added something unique to your leadership style.
True, that is true. There is a kind of a constant undercurrent of the play of processes, people, and bringing out the combined magic.
Yeah. To everyone tuning in, you're in today for a deep, insightful exchange with someone who's not just seen the evolution of tech leadership, but helped shape it. Ma'am, before we get into the specifics of your work, let's take a moment to go back to the beginning. Could you please tell us a bit about how this journey started for you? Like what shaped your path early on and how things unfolded along the way to bring you where you are today?
Yeah, yeah. Would love to go back in a time machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did my undergrad in NIT Nagpur, postgrad in IIT Mumbai, and then started life as a systems developer at Tata Unisys. And very soon I realized that I want to kind of work with the magic of process, people, the interplay of efficiency and empathy. There's a beautiful alchemy to be discovered there. And so joined internet payments startup called CyberCash and built the quality team there. And from there on, the whole new journey started. Moved on to various startups. Later joined McAfee, was one of the founding members of the quality team there at McAfee India. And a lot of interesting experiences along the way, learned richly from each experience. And the undercurrent, as I said, has been, how do you bring out the best? Uh, Combining operational excellence, quality, empathy, people motivation, building their careers, the whole mix. And then later had the chance of developing frameworks at Apple, very exciting experience. And then most recently at Topcoder, where I was, it was a play with the whole gig landscape, very exciting. So, and then now here I am with my new role as consulting partner, Agile practice. And if Tanay, Agile is like all about achieving excellence for all stakeholders, right? People over process. And that's what I love about it. So that's how I said, okay, let's use our combined experience and help teams which are in need of transformation.
That is indeed a lovely thought, ma'am, that whatever you have learned, you are looking at giving it back to the people, because I think experience teaches like nothing else.
Yeah.
Ma'am, one of the things that truly stands out in your journey is your role at Topcoder, where you're not just managing teams, but an entire global community of over 1.5 million members, which is massive. So, how do you bring people together across geographies, time zones, and cultures while maintaining a sense of ownership, consistency, and excellence in delivery?
Yes, very, very interesting question. Um, before I got on board Topcoder, that was a major question in my mind. That's what fascinated me when I came across the opportunity. And again, yet again, it's fascinating how when people form a community, a shared interest, uh, magic happens, right? So of course, at Topcoder, we have enough systems in place, metrics, quality controls, where the platform is concerned, the availability, and the quality control about our team members, the gig workers. Yes, we have all that in place, and every member is profiled. But that said, what actually stands out is what magic can happen when you channel people's passion and give them the opportunity, right? So, and that is, I think the whole gig model works on that. um, there is something innate in every human. They want to contribute and they want to respond to their calling. And so platforms like Topcoder, I think, give an opportunity to that inner voice. So it's a unique mix of having systems in place. I think, like I often say, system with a soul, right? So yeah, that's where the magic happens. It's amazing. Extremely talented designers, developers, quality engineers, all coming together to bring on excellence in work. And like they say, right, eat your own dog food. Topcoder platform itself is managed by the gig workers. So you have, someone logging in from Japan, or someone is from Brazil, and uh, they will just show up in time when there is a product support issue, and then maintain 99.99 uptime. So
Yeah.
fascinating. But
Yeah.
I think that's the magic of human nature.
Yeah, true, ma'am. Very well said. I think we'll all hold on to the line that process with code is what you said, right?
Systems with soul.
Systems with soul. Yes, that is absolutely perfect, and that's bang on, right? The combination of those two can take any company. Ma'am, stepping into any new role is exciting, but stepping into a role at Apple where innovation is the norm and expectations are sky high is a whole different level. And from what I've seen of your work there, you didn't just take up space, you built something entirely new from ground up within the QA innovation space. Ma'am, I'm really curious, when you first walked into that environment, what was your mindset? How did you approach building trust frameworks and value in a space where every move is under the spotlight?
Yes, great question, Tanay. Yeah, so Apple, I'm not sure if you've been following, but Apple India, there's no engineering team as such. So I think they did make an attempt during Steve Jobs' time, but I think they wound it up. So there have been sales teams, but this was a brand new experiment to try it all over again. So it was just me and my small little fledgling team that got onboarded. We were sitting in UB City along with the salespeople because we didn't have an office. And yeah, so it became clear that, as you said rightly, I mean, everything was in place when we got onboarded. We are this remote team from India. And then the spotlight was on us to see, will this work? And clearly, as they say, twice is always, right? So second time, if we had fumbled, then I think, at the mothership, they would have said, we are done, right? So extremely challenging situation and very excited about it. Challenges are fun. So yeah, so what we did is we came up with a framework, which was, we called it, it's a macro-based framework, which is customized to the applications we are testing, right? So it's kind of a shorthand way of automating the tests. So that was quite challenging, convincing various stakeholders. There are times when there could be conflicts of interest. It's not just about technology, it's about people. It's always a balance. And it was successful. Very proud to say that we achieved, 90% improvement in efficiency, brought around a lot of change in deployment schedules and etc. So very, very interesting journey. Lot of interesting micro stories, as you can guess. But
Yeah.
yes, but overall, I would say you're right. The kind of the situation, the culture at Apple is all about innovation.
Yeah.
And it's also a lot to do with the culture of, it doesn't matter if you have resistance, if you are really committed and you believe in your story, you will convince the stakeholders. That's the way Apple works. And I think there is this story also about iTunes, that's legendary inside Apple. And we anyone who gets onboarded is taught that story,
Okay.
to show that each of you is an innovator. Don't look for immediate approval. You have to pitch like you're just a founder. So there is this story, I think it's legendary, about iTunes. There's one of the leaders who thought that iTunes should be ported to Windows, and
Okay.
Steve Jobs was completely against it. He wanted everything within the Apple ecosystem. But finally, this leader managed to convince, had his way, and then the rest is history, because that's one of the pivotal points in Apple's journey, their scale up.
Yeah.
Because once they brought Windows users into the iTunes membership circle,
Mm-hmm.
that launched Apple into a completely different space. So
Yeah.
that was actually a part of one of our training, to show how
Wow.
one of the leaders, you know, um, pushed back on Steve Jobs and convinced him to uh, to make this shift, which is completely against his belief. So this was taught to every newcomer, saying,
Wow.
you may not get approval immediately. It won't be handed on a platter, but if you believe in your story, you will work through the system, convince various stakeholders. So yeah, a
That
beautiful
is lovely.
experience of innovation, operational efficiency, impact, and also living, this whole journey of convincing anyone who doesn't believe your story, but finally gets on. So, very
Yeah.
interesting.
That is quite interesting, and a unique idea should never be let go of, right?
Yes,
If
yes. If it convinces you, you believe in it,
yeah.
then don't let go.
Ma'am, one thing I find really compelling about your journey is how you worked right at that delicate intersection where quality meets customer satisfaction. It's not just about releasing a good product, right? It's about how the product feels when it reaches someone's hands and how they are supported or how they feel supported later. In your experience, how can businesses do a better job of bringing those two worlds, efficiency and empathy, together?
Yeah, great thought, Tanay. I think I spoke about this even earlier, that efficiency. I believe that true lasting efficiency and effectiveness only comes when there is empathy. Because if you look at it, the team delivering is a set of humans, and the team that we are all working for, the clients, is ultimately a set of humans. And so if you don't have empathy, then you will not set up the best set of practices at the delivery end, okay, you may come up with some shortcuts, but you will falter. And then empathy again, more than processes and metrics, being in the customer's shoes, that is what motivates people to deliver the best, understand the customer's needs and pains. So I strongly believe that, empathy is at the core of everything. And that is actually the prerequisite. And that is how you build lasting efficiency.
True, ma'am. Very well said. I think it's the base of any connection that's built with anyone, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Ma'am, you've already achieved so much in your career, balancing quality innovation with customer success and leading teams at some of the most well-known tech companies. But looking ahead, I'm curious, where do you see your journey taking you next? Whether it's in the boardroom, influencing higher level strategy, or continuing to drive change in tech. What are your aspirations that excite you for the future?
I think, Tane, all of it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, the idea is to make positive impact, use all my past experience. And so I think I'm also a certified independent director with MCA. So excited to bring in my experience into the boardrooms as well. I'm very passionate about ESG, environmental, social, and governance topics. So I'm certified and there as well, and would like to bring in that expertise. And I think all of this has the common theme of bringing out the best in teams. And so I would like to, double in everything and make an impact, right? Whether it's agile transformation in tech teams or contributing as a board member, be a voice in the whole ESG space. Yeah, I think I would like to do it all.
Yeah. And when one can do all, why not?
Yes.
Yeah. Ma'am, increasingly there's also a rising demand for companies to integrate sustainability and social responsibility into their DNA, especially through their product delivery cycles. From your experience, how do you see ESG goals aligning with the tech development process? Like, how can companies ensure they're not just meeting deadlines but also driving meaningful impact through their products?
Right. So when it comes to ESG and tech, right, there are two aspects. One is the use of technology in promoting ESG. So I think that goes without saying. There is, and especially with the advent of AI, I think we can solve problems that we didn't even attempt before. So there's a huge opportunity there, right? So that is one aspect. That is the use of technology in ESG. The other aspect is also about how, ESG is now kind of uh, a guideline for tech, right? And I think that's again a win-win. If you look at it, greener technologies and more power efficient devices. And when it comes to social and governance, you have awareness about DEI, diversity. The more diverse workforce is a richer, more capable workforce. So it's both ways, right? So ESG kind of enriching tech at various levels, whether it's hardware or software, and tech helping ESG. I think it's a great synergy. It's great to see that interplay.
Yeah. Very well said, ma'am. And it is the future where we look at a broader aspect of companies and how everything's being taken care of.
Yes.
Ma'am, I know you recently joined Directors Institute, which is all about equipping leaders with tools to excel in boardroom roles. I'm curious what inspired you to take that step and how has your experience with the institute so far aligned with your vision for leadership and governance?
Yes. Yeah, I think there was a time when I knew that I want to take the leap and then broaden my impact. And that's when Directors Institute it came as a blessing, right? So because there's so much education about boardrooms, about the role of independent directors, about the need for independent directors, especially female directors. There's a lot of awareness given, a lot of education on governance, and like I said, you right, my personal interest in ESG topics. So there's a lot of education there, amazing faculty, and I think. Tanay, I think I mentioned it even in the Topcoder context, the magic of community. I think that works wonders for everybody, including professionals. So I think what I really also value is the community that I have now got, the directors, institute alums, I would say. So we have discussions, we meet. That's really enriching. I think amazing experience.
Lovely, ma'am. Thank you so much for those kind words. As this has been an enlightening conversation, your insights into quality, customer success, and leadership, combined with your journey through some of the world's most innovative companies, have given us all so much to think about. It's been an absolute pleasure, ma'am, having you here on FaceTime with Leaders today.
Great. This has been a great opportunity, a wonderful journey back through time, reliving all the rich experiences. It's been great talking to you, Tanay. Thanks for the opportunity.
Likewise, ma'am. And to our audience, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We hope today's episode has inspired you to think differently about leadership, quality, and evolving world of tech. We'll be back soon with more conversations that explore the ideas and experiences shaping the future of business and governance. Until then, take care and keep leading with purpose. And of course, have fun in your journey. Thank you so much.